What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for all you rascals and rapscallions out there. Now, we're about 2 weeks out from Christmas, so I figured there's no better time than now to revisit one of my very favorite Christmas-themed horror movies. Now, I reviewed the original Silent Night, Deadly Night last year before Christmas. It is on my channel. I will leave a link in the description. But this year, I decided it was garbage day, and I had to check out Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 from 1987. Now, I haven't watched this movie in a very, very long time, and I was pleasantly surprised when I checked it out today. So let's get right into it. If you guys haven't heard the backstory from the original Silent Night, Deadly Night movie, it's about a kid named Billy, and he's in a car with his parents, and like a guy dressed in a Santa Claus outfit is having like car trouble on the side of the road. And when they pull over to help, it's all a setup, and the Santa Claus kills Billy's parents. And Billy gets traumatized for it, and he gets sent to like an orphanage and everything. And he ends up going crazy and going on like a massacre, a killing spree. So this is where we fast forward to the sequel, where he actually had a little brother, Ricky, that was in the car. He was just a baby at the time. And this second one follows Ricky. And this is such an iconic movie. Ricky is absolutely amazing in this movie. So first and foremost, this movie is kind of like, literally the first half of this movie is Ricky in a mental institution being interviewed by a doctor, and he's kind of recounting what brought us to this point, and it's pretty much just flashbacks from the original movie. So this isn't like the best to watch back to back. But with that being said, you can watch part two as a standalone film because they pretty much highlight everything from the first. Which, right off the bat, I'll admit, I didn't really care for that too much. I loved Ricky's acting because it was so bad, it was good. Like, when he was narrating the story, it was really funny. And, yeah, they pretty much just go back and track everything that happened in the original movie with his brother getting killed in the long run. Spoiler alert, his brother Billy dies in the first one. So that kind of traumatizes Ricky a little bit. And he's kind of going over stuff that happened in his past after his brother died and everything, and it's kind of like repeated flashbacks while he's talking to the doctor. And then we get to a point, I'm just going to give it away, he kills the doctor and escapes the mental institution and goes on one of the funnest like killing rampages at the end of a movie. The last 30 minutes of this are amazing. So like I was kind of like questioning, like I said, with the first 45 minutes being a flashback. But I was pleasantly surprised with this movie. I haven't seen in so long. The second act and the third act are so good. It's so funny how Ricky just goes around massacring everybody. At one point, he's in the street. He kills this guy and his ex-girlfriend and a couple people in the neighborhood. A cop shoots a gun at a car and hits like their exhaust, and the car flips and explodes. It's so like over the top, and everybody knows that classic line, "Garbage day," when he steals the cop's gun, and some dude's just taking out his trash, and he utters that classic line, "Garbage day," and just shoots the guy, and the guy dies in slow motion. Just goes on a complete rampage here, and this movie's apex is where he goes to get revenge on Mother Superior, who was like a really nasty and mean like nun in like the orphanage that really was bad to his brother and everything. And that final act is pretty fun. And side note, it's so stupid. I just want to point out, I thought it was great that the nun's Mother Superior's address was 666. I don't know, little details like that are fun. But this movie, yeah, there's not really much meat and bones to it. It's really a flashback to the original half of it, and then the second half is him escaping this mental institution and just going on this rampage and everything and just killing all these people. But the setting, the scene is so good. Like when it first started, I wasn't thinking like this reminds me of Christmas necessarily when they were showing a lot of Ricky's earlier stuff in the film, but towards the end when he ends up killing a Santa impersonator and takes this outfit that he has on this cover, it goes on that final rampage, like that really had the aspect of Christmas to it and really got me in the spirit in a sick and twisted kind of way. But yeah, this one was good. The music, the score was a little off and dramatic like some of these older horror movies are, but the cinematography for the most part was all right. The characters they did show were pretty fun. There's a pretty fun scene in the movie theater that when they're watching a movie, and which they're watching a movie about a killer Santa, which I think that's weird in a way because it's like we're having a flashback of the original, and then they're in the movies watching a movie about a killer Santa. So we really have two movies inside of one, so three total. But it flows really well. This is a really fun movie, and this is the Scream Factory release I got here. I was surprised to see I got a slipcover with it. I'm not a big slipcover guy. Like some people obsess over it and will pay big money for slipcovers. So if you ever get extra slipcovers, hold on to them. Go onto eBay. You can make some good cash. But I do appreciate them. And so beautiful release, Scream Factory. Tons of great special features. I just seen the making of. I went to put it on. It was almost an hour and a half. So I'm going to have to wait till later to check that out. That's one of the best things about if you go through Scream Factory or Arrow Video or even Vinegar Syndrome to an extent. They always load their stuff with tons and tons of special features. Look at all this stuff on here. So, I mean, if you're into horror movies and you want something kind of for like the holiday season, you really can't go wrong here because honestly, this is got to be the best Christmas-themed horror movie. Like, what else can compete with it? Maybe the original? The only other thing that stands out to me is that episode on Tales from the Crypt. I think like the second, third, or fourth episode in season 1 where the crazy Santa breaks into that woman's house after she kills her husband. Maybe I'll do a little review of that one because that was a pretty sweet episode too. But that's all that really compares to this in terms of horror Christmas movies, unless you want to consider Gremlins a horror movie, which I do to an extent, but it's kind of more comedy. But I digress. I'm going off on a tangent. That's what we do on this channel. I rant on and on. But yeah, I didn't want to go too much into detail with this movie because I already covered the first one. But I just kind of want to give a little opinion on this. This was so fun. Ricky is one of my favorite villains in any horror movie. It's so over the top. His laughter, his lines, his delivery, like, it's so good. And the kills are pretty good. Like I said, it flows really well. It's got that Christmas atmosphere vibe. So I think even if you're not really a fan of horror, I think you'll enjoy this movie for the holiday season. And I know for a fact this is available on Amazon Prime and Shudder. So if you don't want to buy the copy from Scream Factory, you can stream it like you young kids like to do these days, you streamers. But anyways, I would probably give this one 3 punishments out of 5. 3 out of 5. It seems kind of low for this movie how I just praised it, but just based on like the flashbacks and everything, it's like I would have liked more context in the entire movie, more from Ricky. But this is the definition of a cult classic. This was like a classic in the video stores. I always remember seeing it. And yeah, it's great. And something cool about these Scream Factory releases, I just realized, somebody told me, I didn't know because I'm a big dummy, that really when they have all this new artwork on their releases, which is great, but they always have the original theatrical artwork on the inside. So you can switch it around. I like this new artwork better, though, so I left it that way. So, yeah, I definitely suggest checking this one out. It was really fun. You're not going to find much better horror that's Christmas-themed than this. So, get out there, watch this movie. Let me know what you guys are watching. Let me know if I'm missing out on any other horror-themed Christmas movies. I know there's, like, Krampus and stuff like that. I was actually going to do a review of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday that I got from a horror pack. But I'm not in the mood to watch it. So actually the next video I'm going to review is not horror. It's going to be Scrooged with Bill Murray. I am so excited to get that movie in the mail and watch it. So tune in for that one next week. But other than that, watch some good horror movies. Let me know what you guys are watching, like I said. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you like. Other than that, Blood Guts Gore. Have a Merry Christmas, guys. I'll check you next time.